Hi everyone, welcome back to the sofa. Today we have Mr. Pete Ford from Yak here.
Yeah.
He's going to give us a quick rundown on buoyancy aids, more specifically the information that's in the back of a buoyancy aid. We get asked this question about 10 times every day. What does this little kind of print mean? Pete is quite an authority in this and he's going to give you a quick rundown.
Excellent, thanks Pete. Essentially this print on the back here is all part of the rules and regulations that we're governed by as a manufacturer to the amount of buoyancy that the product should have in it. Any buoyancy aid, which covers the majority of the paddling specific products, will have this stamp on here, which means it falls into the 50 Newton class. Now that's the minimum amount of buoyancy that it has in it. Anything between 50 newtons and 100 newtons automatically falls into the 50 Newton class. A buoyancy aid within the 50 Newton class can have more buoyancy than the minimum 50 newtons. For example, a whitewater buoyancy aid would tend to have around 65-70 newtons of buoyancy in it. It needs that extra buoyancy in there to keep you afloat in the water. When there's a lot of air in the water, you're not as well supported, so you tend to go to a higher buoyancy. 50 newtons absolutely fine for calm, flat waters, and 50 newtons is perceived that it will support anybody in the water in a given situation. As I say, you may need to go to higher buoyancy for other situations. The amount of actual buoyancy is written in this little chart on here, and the rating of the jacket tends to be based around the adult size. You may find that a junior size actually has proportionately less buoyancy in it, but it still falls into the 50 Newton class. It's a little bit confusing, but essentially with any buoyancy aid the most important thing is fit. If it doesn't fit, it's not doing a lot of good for you in the water, so it's all about fit. Don't get too worried about the actual weight specifics in here because you don't weigh very much in the water. You're fairly neutrally buoyant. It's just a case of having enough buoyancy in the right place that it will keep your head up above the water.
Yeah. So is a smaller, well-fitting buoyancy aid better than a?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. A lower buoyancy jacket that fits well will work better than a higher buoyancy jacket that doesn't fit well. So it's all about fit.
I hope that made sense and it was some help.